Hi, I'm Ben Yee from Ben's World of Transformers, and this is my coverage of M.A.S.K from Toy Fair 2025 in New York City. In 1984, the Transformers toy line launched, and it was an amazing success. Soon, the entire toy world was locked in what felt like an arms race to develop the next hot line of toys where one thing could change into another. One of these toy lines was M.A.S.K. M.A.S.K stood for Mobile Armored Strike Command and was released by Kenner in 1985 as both an animated series and a toy line. In the cartoon, M.A.S.K fought Venom, the vicious evil network of mayhem, in a good versus evil battle where each side utilized vehicles that could change from one form to another. Each vehicle had a driver figure that could fit inside, adding to the play value. In keeping with the name of the line, each driver featured a helmet or mask that had a special ability. For instance, the leader of the bad guys, Miles Mayhem, had his Viper mask, which could spit a corrosive poison. The M.A.S.K cartoon ran for 2 seasons, but the toy line continued 2 waves beyond that, finally ending in 1988. M.A.S.K would retreat into history for decades until 2011, when Hasbro would revive the characters briefly in a one-shot comic book called Unit E, where M.A.S.K was reimagined as a crime-fighting team. Fast forward to 2013, and in the Transformers Beast Hunters cartoon, M.A.S.K is mentioned as a branch of the government that develops specialized vehicles. One such vehicle would be scanned by Optimus Prime to become his vehicle mode in that series. Then, in 2016, IDW Publishing released a M.A.S.K comic book that ran 10 issues before being canceled. For fans of M.A.S.K, it must have felt like this was the last hurrah for the brand. And then, an announcement on February 26, 2025 by toy company The Loyal Subjects delivered unexpected news. M.A.S.K was coming back. Under license from Hasbro, the Loyal Subjects announced 4 vehicles will kick off the new M.A.S.K toy line. The Condor with Brad Turner, the Thunderhawk with Matt Trakker, the high-tech helicopter, aka the Switchblade, with Miles Mayhem, and finally, the Mobile Defense Unit, aka the Rhino, with Matt Trakker and Bruce Sato. Painted prototypes of all 4 vehicles were on display at the Loyal Subjects Toy Fair 2025 booth. Also on hand were key team members Ben Montano and John Warden. If those names sound familiar, it is because they both worked for Hasbro in the past, developing some of the most popular Transformers toy lines, including the War for Cybertron trilogy and parts of Legacy. With their vast experience, M.A.S.K is in extremely capable hands. Each of the new M.A.S.K vehicles began with 3D scans of the original Kenner toys from the 80s. Designers at the Loyal Subjects then tweaked some details slightly, such as adding some rivets to the Rhino, but for the most part, these are over 95% true to the original vehicles in terms of aesthetics and size. They have not been sized up or down. The toys shown at Toy Fair were only hand-painted prototypes, so none were functional, but the final products will include action features, such as the spring-loaded doors on the Thunderhawk. Currently, work is going into ensuring that the intricate mechanics inside each vehicle perform up to high-quality control standards so fans can enjoy the vehicle conversions without any issues. The folks at the Loyal Subjects intend to provide a toy experience faithful to the original 80s M.A.S.K toys. Each vehicle will have action figures based on the original toys. For the most part, where the original toys had stickers, these new releases will do the same, offering a true retro experience. In a modern-day touch, Transformers-style blast effects will be included with each set to attach to the vehicles. The figures included with the vehicles are 2.5 inches or about 6.35 centimeters tall. These figures are new, featuring updated deco and detailing based on the originals, along with some modern articulation. These will fit inside the vehicles, and they include their special helmets. There will also be foot pegs for the figures to use in the vehicles for stability. If you're wondering about packaging, retro fans will be pleased to hear that the loyal subjects plan to recreate the original packaging as faithfully as possible. There may be some issues with certain terms and trademarks, but when you look at the boxes, the idea is to evoke that nostalgic sense of design. So let's talk pricing. The current planned pricing will be $29.99 for the Condor, $49.99 for the Thunderhawk, $74.99 for the high-tech helicopter, and $99.99 for the mobile defense unit. Some folks at the show mentioned these prices sounded a bit high to them, and I get it. As a mental exercise, I looked around to see what the original 80s toys cost and took inflation into account. The Thunderhawk went for about $14 in 1985, which puts it at about $42 in 2025 dollars. In the case of the Switchblade and Rhino, even given inflation, the prices are a tad higher than you might expect. But if you think about the new tooling being created for these releases, along with the intricate mechanisms that are necessary for their transformations, you may see where the money is going. It is also important to remember, we don't live in an 80s economy anymore, so there are many other factors that play into the cost of production. Ultimately, of course, what you choose to spend is entirely a personal choice. An initial wave of pre-orders for these toys will go up on BWTF sponsor Big Bad Toy Store on July 1st, 2025. Beyond that, distribution will begin at other retailers on September 2nd, 2025, both in the United States and internationally. I would like to offer my special thanks to Ben Montano and John Warden for taking the time out to talk to me about this exciting release of M.A.S.K. Also, thanks to the multiple resources I utilized in gathering information for this video, including maskforce.com. Check them all out in the description below. This video was made possible in part thanks to BWTF sponsor Big Bad Toy Store, who has supported my site for over 25 years. Check them out for all your collecting needs by using my sponsor link in the description below. Also, special thanks to my patrons on Patreon, who help support my activities on Ben's World of Transformers and make videos like this possible. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you dig my work, please subscribe to this channel. Kind comments are always appreciated. Until next time, fellow fans, may your luster never dull and your wires never cross.